Rob, your thoughts at the end of that game?
Well, a little disappointed, a little frustrated. I think we can play better, and it's always the same. I mean, obviously, people will it's a much changed side. The team hasn't had a lot of time together, and in a short week, with us having the Toulouse game at the weekend. But having said that, I thought we were good enough, and we had enough there to win, and we just didn't complete things we normally would as an Exeter Chiefs team. And that's the only disappointment I've got. I've just said to the lads, it's an improved performance with that group from the Saracens game a couple of weeks ago. But we still made a couple of mistakes, and obviously individually you have to work very hard to get better. And a fair bit of that is kind of sitting in meetings and starting to enjoy understanding how we play and how you stay playing the right way under some pressure. Because obviously what you saw today is as pressure built, we probably made more mistakes, and you saw multiple penalties, back-to-back penalties as pressure built, and those are the things that kill you, and those are the things we're very good with dealing with probably in the senior side, as you saw in the Toulouse game and in some of the other Premiership games. Is you deal with pressure by doing what you do and knowing what you're doing and doing it very well. And I just think we probably didn't do that enough tonight for us to actually deserve to win the game.
You've already mentioned the penalty count. It was quite high, wasn't it?
It was high, and I mean, there's so many things like how many times do we get turned over a ruck because we had one person going to the breakdown to clear it. I can probably think of 4 or 5 occasions just now without even watching the video, and that's just anticipation and knowing where you need to be and just reacting quickly, and that could have knocked out probably a third of our penalties. Our set piece started to crumble a little bit later on with a front row that has played and scrummaged much better than that. So they just probably got a bit of individual, and I think that's the important thing, is to get these guys kind of really understanding the importance of getting on plan and under pressure sticking to it, because I think without doubt we'd have come through if we'd have done that tonight.
They had a bit more size and firepower off the bench, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I mean, I think probably from the starting team right till the end, they had probably a little bit of a match fitness advantage, because those guys have played a little bit more, probably a little bit more cohesion with a few more frontliners in there, and I think those do make a difference. That's why I'm not completely devastated with losing. It was a close game of Premiership rugby, and we played a much changed team from the Toulouse game. I think we only had one guy who was involved in the 23 involved tonight. So, there's 3, because we had 2 guys off the bench. So it's a much changed side, but we expect a lot of ourselves, and we set very high standards, and we probably didn't quite hit those tonight.
I know it's early days. Any news on the lads who came off injured?
No, obviously we're doing the medical review currently now, and they looked relatively serious. I mean, obviously for guys to have to come off immediately, one with a knee injury, one with a calf, it looks like that's probably their season done.
But a bonus point?
Yeah, but it's like anything, isn't it? We're collecting points as we go along. We rarely lose by very many. We kind of fight to the end. And we had an opportunity to win the game at the end, and sometimes we take them, sometimes we don't. Tonight we weren't quite good enough to take it, but that was a bit the story of the game, I think.
And any thoughts about what sort of side you're going to put out for the game against Wasps?
We're still kind of pondering that now. We're going to select tonight for Sunday, let the players know as soon as possible. I mean, the reality is, now that we know we're through to the European final, we do know we've definitely got 2 huge games ahead that are going to be hugely physical contests, in the semi-final in just over a week's time, and then obviously the final the following week. So we do have to take account for that. Obviously we have to take account of the fact as well that we're going to finish top of the Premiership. So getting the balance right around game time and freshness is an injury is something we're going to ponder long into the night, I think.
So you're doing a lot of juggling?
Well, we're going to do a lot of thinking about it. Obviously, we've had some thoughts before today's game. Now we've picked up some additional injuries, so there's a few things we're going to have to get covered off. But whatever it'll be a great opportunity for whichever players play against Wasps.